It's time for a podcast fit for human consumption, the Bite and Booze Podcast. And now, he eats, he drinks, he talks. The dude with the food and the booze. Here's your host, Jay Ducote.
We are ringing it up at Calandro's Supermarket. Jay Ducote and Blair Loop, joined by Blaze Calandro III. This is the Bite and Booze radio show presented by Calandro's Supermarket, and we are currently at Calandro's Perkins and Segan. We have just done a nice tasting, some JD's Louisiana products, Landry Vineyards, Bulldog Pepper Jelly, Gourmet Fournay, and we've also had some hummus and cheeses from Calandro's Supermarket here while we've been recording Bite and Booze radio segments. Ringing it up, brought to you by Calandro's Supermarket and Blaze. This is a really special time of year because this upcoming Friday, one of those premier mid-city events, Government Street Store, Calandro's Government's hosting a huge to-do for Hot Art Cool Nights.
Yeah, so if you didn't already know, this has kind of turned into one of the signature culture and art festivals and all of Baton Rouge, up and down Government Street. They have shuttles running all the way from circa 1857 towards the interstate down to Jefferson and Government, where Brouhaha and Red Stick Spice Company and all those places are, and 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 plus people out there checking out. You know, it's mainly an art event.
Yeah.
And so there's artists that set up their works and their pop-up and lighting and tables and stuff and put their art out for sale. But it's now become so much more. I mean, every place you go to seems like has a live band, and we have food samples. A lot of places have different foods that people can check out. I mean, of course, the merchants are open. So like Wooden Haven Furniture Company is running specials, and Giraffic Prints down there by White Star, they're doing Tim's Garage. They're all doing stuff up and down. There's so many places to hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a party. It's party central.
Oh, yeah. But we try and set up, best way I can describe it to people that hadn't been before, vendors or just people that are walking up and down, is we're trying to set up basically a farmer's market.
Yeah.
On the fly, out in front of Calandro's and curbside next door. So we have, I think right now, 17 artists that are going to be at Calandro's.
That's super impressive.
Even if you don't want to do a bunch of walking around and you want to see a whole bunch of different, we've got jewelry, hat makers, acrylic art, all kind of metalwork, all kinds of stuff that's going to be out there. And of course, we mix in, just like we're doing today, but on a bigger scale, a bunch of local awesome food vendors and booze vendors and drink vendors come in and put together recipes with their products or combos. We have a collaboration between Cafe Cito and Southern Craft on the Cito. Those guys are both going to be out there. I mean, in a way, that's kind of their art, the culinary stuff, and how they throw it together and make these partnerships and set things up. And we want to offer out in the parking lot a way for you to come to one place, even if you can't get all the way up and down Government Street, to kind of experience all of what Baton Rouge has to offer: creative, cultural, food, art, music, in one spot.
Hot Art Cool Nights, Friday, May 11th, all evening long. It is exactly that. It's a art crawl. It's a big mid-city arts festival. A lot of places will have music going on. A lot of places will have art vendors selling their crafts, selling their art. And then, not much goes better than that with something to eat and something to drink. And so there's a lot of food and drink vendors all up and down the street. It's kind of one of those times that, in Baton Rouge, there's not really anything said about walking around with open containers or anything like that. It's kind of, it's an arts district thing.
It's a little pop-up party.
It's like a tailgate.
It's like the LSU. It's like the LSU game.
Yeah,
right?
walk around with a beer. No one's. If you're of age and being responsible, no one's going to care at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen Mayor Holden out there enjoying himself and having a beer.
I'm about to say Budweiser only.
A nice cold Bud.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much. It's easily walkable. I mean, there's places all up and down to hit. You don't have to go far before you get one place to the next. But if you don't want to walk it, there's a shuttle service that's free. There's parking all up and down. It's easy to get, all the way down the street to stop at different places, and just the wide berth of everything Baton Rouge has to offer. It's a great opportunity to see that. And this year, the road diet started, and they've done a lot of construction, if you hadn't been down there, and making the sidewalks nicer.
Sidewalks are much better.
And introducing some green areas.
Yeah.
They've gotten down in front of the store, basically, for right now. So from where they started near the interstate down to us, they've done a lot of their work on the sides of the streets.
Yep.
To get the sidewalks better, and so we're interested to see how that even goes. And that's supposed to be making the
It's been
Baton
looking
Rouge
good.
Magazine Street thing happen.
It's been moving along pretty quick. I'm happy with that. They've swapped to the other side of the street now, so they're moving right along.
Yeah, they came in from Channel 2 and talked to me a couple of days ago about how things are going, and I think they were expecting us to be
Complaining.
a little upset about, traffic's slow and it's taking.
It's really not that bad.
They're moving fast, and they're doing right by the business owners up and down Government Street to make that go quickly and to minimize. I mean, obviously, some places you can't minimize the impact on parking lots, but they're doing it fast. They're getting it done.
And traffic has not been that bad, even in high traffic times. It's not hard to get up and down Government Street, even with all this stuff going on, which I think speaks to, it kind of affirms the road diet. And like, once we have a turning lane where people aren't slowing up here and there, then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it is moving quickly, which I'm happy about.
I'm very excited for that next phase of Government Street. I'm a big proponent of the road diet and making a more walkable, bikeable, livable road, having ample pedestrian crossings to be able to get across Government without playing Frogger with your life.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's going to make everything up and down Government be more one neighborhood rather than having Government be the dividing line between the neighborhoods, because it's so hard for
people to cross
for you
the
to
street.
cross unless you're in a car, and then even if you're in a car, unless you're at a intersection with a stoplight, it's really hard to cross. It's really hard to turn out of those businesses.
It's just more. It's more of a.
It's going to make it so much more livable.
Yeah, there's just more street there. If you compare it to like the overpass area, people are crossing the street semi-unsafely there, but it's only 2 lanes, so you can get across pretty quick.
Yeah.
Government Street's just a little bit bigger, so having some of those, modern modifications to that, I think is going to make that area elevated to what it needs to be. And I find that a lot of the things that I like to do are in that area now.
Yeah.
Whenever I take people out of town, sometimes I don't go far from like Government Street and the overpass area.
There's so much. I mean, Soji's going to open sometime soon.
Very excited about that.
Ryan Andre's new place. I'm super stoked about that. I mean, there's just so much stuff moving in over there. We're trying to get somebody across the street from the store on some property we have. But anyway, if you hadn't seen where it is, Hot Art Cool Nights is a good time to see kind of the work in progress over there.
Yeah.
And I think by this time next year, we'll be looking at most of it finished if they keep going by making the same progress they have been so far.
Yeah, I think all of the minor changes will be in place. I think the only thing that may still be on the table by that time is like a full traffic circle over by Independence Park and stuff like that, where Lobdell and Government and Independence and whatever
which they
else
need,
all
because that
comes
intersection's scary.
Yeah, that intersection is a perfect intersection for a big old round traffic circle and just let traffic keep moving.
I mean, that's
which I'm
essentially
really
what it is
excited
already.
About that too.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of very positive things that are going to come with it, and White Star Market I think is going to be a benefactor of everything that's being planned in that Mid-City area. And
so much fun.
I'm very excited about Government Taco as well. So get to Mid-City for Hot Art Cool Nights Friday, May 11th. This has been Ringing It Up with Calandro's Supermarket on the Bite and Booze Radio Show, presented by Calandro's.